morning, rascals. Medium rare poetry here, and I am your host, Phil A. Mignon. Now, you might be thinking that I became obsessed with the 45th President of the United States of America. But who could blame me? There was so much material coming out of America that one would just have to keep writing poem after poem. Today's poem was related to Donald being viewed as a flight risk after his Mar-a-Lago golfing resort was raided by the FBI in searches of boxes of classified documents that should not have been his, allegedly. So, today's poem is a bit conversational because we presume that Donald, if he was to run, might end up in Saudi Arabia. So this poem is very conversational and has the worst impersonations of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Donald J. Trump, and a cameo appearance by Ivanka Trump, Donald's daughter. Anyway, I present to you Sand Viper. Sand Viper by Phil A. Mignon.
Don, my old friend, I'd say this is your end. I've heard of the FBI raid. Even your safe is no longer safe. There's nowhere to hide, I'm afraid.
This bringer of doom spoke to him via Zoom, spoiling his KFC lunch. He choked on his bone, glad that he was alone, a calamitous style of gut punch.
Oh, please help me shake. It was all a mistake. It must have been Miss Lindsay Graham. I'll take careful aim so that she'll cop the blame. Keep my buttocks intact, I'm just saying.
Too late, 45. They will skin you alive. There's only one option for you. You'll make your escape to my Playboy estate. The Arabian Sands is brand new.
They snaffled my passport. Alas, I am caught short. I won't get 1 foot past the gate.
Just trust me, my pet. I have my private jet. You'll be cleaned up like food off the plate. We'll land from a dive on your 13th, par 5. You'll embark from the manicured tee. Before you can spit, in a flash you'll have split. Pack your daughter, and off we will flee.
And thus prearranged, for the Trump was deranged, that the plane made a clandestine landing. They clambered aboard, protocol was ignored, so they vanished, the law notwithstanding. This bold midnight flit was enabled quite quick, like the fanciful tale of Atlantis. The mood was austere, faced with lashings of fear, save the grin on one Ronald DeSantis.
Will I have a home, like a mansion to roam?
He was timid and free of all malice.
Oh, sure, you old rascal, I've built you a castle, much grander than any old palace.
Can I have some clubs? For my golf is my hub. I'm feted in many fame's halls.
There's acres so vast, with your flag up your mast, you'll have freedom to play with your balls.
I need to have fans, bust in trucks and in vans. The Proud Boys and oath-keeping vandals.
I'm sure there'll be throngs in their reinforced thongs, some sporting their steely-toed sandals. You've nothing to fear, there are mobs housed quite near. They'll love you so much they'll go hyper. Your ego will soar as the crowd starts to roar. They'll follow you like the Pied Piper.
Ivanka, subdued,
Can my Jared come too? He'd be stunning in one of your gowns.
I'm afraid that's pooh-pooh, for you see, he's a Jew. That infidel sect draws a frown.
Good call, said the Don. This will be like my prom. Oh, my daughter, will you be my date?
Ivanka did gag, reaching for the sick bag. Was this caper her biggest mistake? They made their touchdown, but the country was brown. Had this venture turned into a failure? Had Donald been fooled? Ducks of Lindsay's fool school?
and been kidnapped to Western Australia?
Oh no, said the sheikh, for your privacy's sake, I would never have sold you a lemon. I've got you a plot, it's so peaceful this spot, just inside the nice border with Yemen.
But aren't you at war? Tell me, what is the score?
Donald panicked and reached for his diaper.
It's merely some fun, and you once sold me guns. Just be wary of golf-hating snipers.
Just look at this course. Was it worth my divorce? I can barely see patches of grass.
The desert's a curse. We play golf in reverse. Grassy hazards you have to bypass.
The castle so grand was constructed of sand, a material rife in abundance. The entrance was huge and adorned with a stooge, custom made for his massive circumference.
And what of my daughter? I'm sure that you brought her.
Well, I won't presume to be graphic. Blondes are quite rare, and with no facial hair. Let's just say that she's caught up in traffic.
Dressed in a sheet, made his fat quite discreet, and a tea towel atop his big head, a lonely old mammal with only a camel to share his Arabian bed. And what of the crowd? Were they frightened and cowed? This must be some more hanky-panky. It was only the cook and the maid, who's a sook. They sure didn't understand Yankee. So that is the end of the orangeade trend. Did the folks back at home even notice? Mar-a-Lago was sold to the GOP fold, venerating their misguided POTUS. His new waterbed, filled with sand, it is said, saw the Donald now sucking his thumb. The famous Pied Piper was just a sand viper who'd bit himself right on the bum.
Well, I told you that the impersonations were shocking, but I think you get the drift anyway. That's it for today. Please subscribe and join our tribe and like and share this video. Until next time, I hope you have the most brilliant day and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.